the molly, I'm going off the weed. I do what I want and I do as I please. And if you don't like it, hotel it to these. It's easy.
What is up, YouTube? Sauce here. Quickly, I just want to apologize for not uploading like I said I was going to. I got really sick and I'm still kind of sick. You can kind of hear it in my voice. But today I'm bringing you guys a new Combat Arms video, and I really want to talk about what I think about it in 2017 and some ideas on where they can aim at to really make a huge impact on the game. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to talk about is there's a huge list of small bugs and glitches that could really make a huge impact on the game. For example, when you infect an AFK zombie, it just randomly teleports like under the map or just to a random place and you can't even find it where it is half of the time. Another thing is when you shoot a rocket near someone who gets infected at the same time you shoot your rocket, you end up dying by the zombie, which should not be a thing. Also, you get stuck on almost every single little object that you run around or run on or run by, and even by other players you just get stuck and you can't move, and it's just really frustrating when that happens. Another thing is, a huge thing, is you teleport back a lot of the times when you go around corners or in through doors, and these are things that aren't even new to the game. These have been around since I've first started playing Combat Arms. Another thing is falling into objects like crates or maps and you can't even get out of it. Also, like sometimes when you throw nades and RPGs, they disappear through the map, which is just, I don't understand why some of these things still exist in a game that's been operating for what, 8 years now supposedly? Another huge issue is there are way too many weapons and gear that are too overpowered for certain game modes. Like for example, a human should not be 2 times faster than a zombie. Also, I know I don't play much Elim or Elim Pro, but I know for a fact there are a number of weapons that are far too overpowered, and it just ruins the fun of playing the game. And that brings me to the point where it really doesn't seem like it's a free-to-play game anymore. Not that it ever has been a free-to-play, but you know, they really advertise that it's a free-to-play game. But when you go to put money into the game and you look at the shop, everything is so expensive. It's like $30 to $40 just for one gun. But back in the day, I remember you used to be able to buy GP guns that would be able to actually put up a fight against NX weapons. You know, like back in the day, there was the SOP mod that was the most powerful gun, and the M4 CQB or whatever. Those were 2 very powerful guns. But you know, when you can go into the GP shop and you can buy like the G36, and it would be just as good as those guns, if not better at times. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have these very powerful guns, but you know, back in the day, it was so hard to come across one of these guns. You were almost lucky to have it, and now it's just way too common. And that's where I feel CA really went wrong on their game, is they were really money hungry, and they were just putting in all these items just to earn money, just like they're developing maps that just were just garbage, and they were putting them in the game, and they just ruined the game. I don't understand. I honestly can't think of one weapon or gear item or any item put into the game that has benefited a community, and it just feels like everything that they put in always ruined a game mode and always ruined a community. Now I know there's all this hype that Combat Arms is remaking the game practically, but making the game look pretty won't bring back players long term, and I've seen some of UCD's videos and him showing like what the HUD and the UI is going to look like, and it just looks awful. I would much rather prefer the one that we have now with a few touch-ups like he said in his video. Now that I've talked about all the bad things in the game, I do see faith in Combat Arms, and I do see them giving more effort than I ever have. For example, the community is getting involved with trying to make the game better. I know they had that like meeting in Germany or something, wherever the Combat Arms headquarters are, and basically they got to play the new graphics and they gave their input on how they think they can make Combat Arms better. But I also do see a lot of familiar players and friends from the old days coming back and playing. Another huge thing that I've seen that has came up is Combat Arms is basically hosting an ESL tournament again, and I know they have had those before, but I don't think they had the support of the Combat Arms developers, which is really awesome to see. And I hope that really does go far, because I myself really did like the CAGL, CGL tournaments, but there just wasn't enough support and no players and prize pool, and nobody wanted to play. I didn't get a chance to play in the first beta, but they just went live with the open beta for the second edition. I will be doing a first impressions video on that, so be on the lookout for that. I apologize if the video was bad. Like I said, I am sick and I haven't done a YouTube video in a long time. But hopefully you guys did enjoy. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.